MIT research found that the average age of a top growth startup founder is 45, not 25. One number that challenges everything we've been told about success. Meet Alex, 42, still figuring things out. Or at least, that's what it looks like from the outside. While people his age had already become partners, directors, founders, Alex was somewhere else, switching jobs, switching cities, starting over more than once. For a long time, that felt like falling behind. But there's a specific personality pattern behind people like Alex, and it changes that story completely. Psychologists studying career timelines noticed something. People don't just succeed at different speeds, they succeed through two completely different mental processes. The first is the conceptual mind, fast, intuitive, bold. It often peaks early, sometimes before the age of 30, because it works through flashes of insight. The second is the experimental mind, slower, built on revision rather than vision alone. It almost never peaks early. It needs years of experience before everything finally connects. Alex belongs to this second type. Once you recognize this pattern, you begin to see it everywhere, in people who spent decades quietly building towards something meaningful. Here's what that looked like for Alex. At 24, a journalist. At 30, a barista who wrote every night. At 35, an editor nobody had ever heard of. Every job looked like a detour, but none of them were. Without realizing it, he was collecting the exact skills that would matter years later: observation, patience, sharp thinking. Eventually, personality researchers gave this pattern a name: high openness combined with high conscientiousness. Most people score highly in one, very few in both. Openness without conscientiousness creates dreamers who never finish. Conscientiousness without openness creates reliable people who rarely take risks. Put the two together, and you get someone driven to explore, yet disciplined enough to finish what they start. It's rare, and it usually takes much longer to mature. Toni Morrison published her first novel at 39, while working full-time and raising 2 sons alone. Samuel L. Jackson didn't land his breakthrough role until 45, after decades of small, mostly unnoticed performances. Sara Blakely didn't found Spanx until she was 29, self-funded, no fashion background, after years of selling fax machines door to door. None of them were behind. They were simply following a different timeline. And it had been moving forward all along, even when it didn't look like it. So if you've ever felt like everyone around you found their path while you're still searching, here's the part worth remembering. The traits that feel like weaknesses early in life, overthinking, restlessness, refusing to settle, often become the very qualities that create something extraordinary later. Early starters get attention. Late bloomers often gain something far more valuable: mastery, the kind that doesn't disappear when trends change. Alex eventually found his path, not by rushing it, but by refusing to fake it. He let his curiosity run its full course before committing to anything. And because that commitment wasn't built on impatience, it lasted. It didn't break the first time life became difficult. That's the hidden advantage of a late bloomer. Not luck, readiness. Built slowly,
built deliberately, often without anyone noticing. And when they finally arrive, they tend to stay, because nothing about their foundation was ever rushed.
If you're standing in your own version of that fog right now, it will clear. Not because you forced it, but because you kept walking. Same person, same road, just farther along than it feels. If this story felt like it was describing your life, subscribe. Every week, I explore another hidden pattern of human psychology, the kind that explains why people succeed when they do.